Alrighty. I'm a wee bit late. That's okay. All right, let's get YouTube chat up. Twitch chat. Alrighty. Vulcan, thank you very much for the Prime sub 7 hours ago. I wasn't even live. That's huge. Huge. Hi, NP. Hi, Life. Hi, Kai. Or K. Let's see. What am I looking to open? I should probably announce to the people on Discord that I'm live. Thank you so much for the sub. Hold on. I don't know who subbed. Icarus, thank you so much for the 30 months. That's over 2 years is huge. Thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. Wow. Thank you, thank you. Can you review my project? If you post it in the Discord, maybe. You can put it in the Bash Reviews channel. All right, we are doing... I got some stuff I gotta film. So we're not doing coding today. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. How were you able to know Lath is my first name from my handle? I'd just be knowing shit. It's personal. Did you watch Brand New Day? No, I haven't seen it. I have not seen it. Did you try Hyper on Nix? No, what is Hyper? Hyper. Passwordless multi-factor auth. Never heard of it. Oh, Hyperland. I was like, what? I've never heard of this. No, I haven't tried Hyperland on Nix. I just be knowing shit. So, yeah, it's going to be kind of a short stream today because I have so much to do. I have so much to do and I haven't been, I don't know, I feel like I haven't really been feeling I haven't been feeling great recently. So I'm trying to, today I feel good. So I'm going to try and maximize my things that I can get done today, which might mean shorter stream. Unfortunately. But we'll see. We will see. So let's get right into it. Good to see you though, full of energy. Yeah, I feel better. I think I kept getting headaches from like during streams as well, which doesn't really help. Like, hello. What is this called? Some kind of Elgato. This one. By short, you mean 5 minutes? Maybe like an hour? Maybe 1 hour? Alrighty. Okie dokes. How's everyone else's day going? What the heck? How's everyone freaking doing? Let's do... I just hit my laughing at the stupid chaos point. Uh-oh. Been working all day, just closed Slack. What? I start streaming so late, everyone's already done working for the day. What did I do for my birthday? What do I do? What would be an ideal birthday for me? I like being outside. Being in the great outdoors. To be honest. How do you feel about camping? I love camping. Guys, I'm Canadian. Listen, not to say I guess not every Canadian likes the wilderness and camping, but I'm like, that's what we do best. Like, are you kidding me? We have so much wilderness and nobody around. We can go hang out down by the river, you know? It'll be great. Alrighty. I was learning about subnets this morning. Subnet routers with Tailscale. Because why not? Well, I was learning how people do, like, if you wanted to manage your IoT devices, you know, securely, how we do it. Apparently, it's subnet routers. Tailscale. Yippee. What if you're camping and a tiger appears? Well, I do camp in bear country. And the key is to not have any food near you and not sleep where you cook. And don't have any interesting scents on you. Like, don't keep anything in your tent. The tent is just for sleeping. That's the main thing. I feel like in colder climates, camping gets more dangerous. I mean, I don't know. We got nothing poisonous. I don't know. I get nervous about the poisonous stuff because I'm like, you could just be walking in the bushes, nothing just jumps out and bites you, and then you die. And then your blood clots and you die. Like a bear, I don't know. Bears are like, they're not that, well, okay, brown bears can be territorial, but they're like not that interested in you, you know? It's kind of like I've done a lot of like hiking and camping and stuff in bear country. Black bears are just like, they're just like, you know what? I see you over there. You respect my zone. I respect your zone. And then, you know, they're chilling. Brown bears, if I saw one, we're walking the other way. Okay. We're walking the other way. I got bear spray. But you pretty much just always, I'm going to be honest, you always keep bear spray on you if you're like in the remote wilderness. You for sure always have to have bear spray like on your person. Like I pretty much have like a fanny pack where I keep it clipped on. Yeah. Because otherwise, you don't want to be stuck without that. You don't want to be stuck without that. Bear, run as fast as possible. That is probably the worst thing you could do. I would say though, one thing that does spook me a bit, well, like one thing that I would be spooked by for sure is if I was mountain biking in bear country. Coming across a bear when you're biking, I think is particularly scary because you're already moving fast and you can just like trigger their prey instinct. You know? Like they see you going fast and they chase. So that's one thing I'm like, ooh, don't love that. Because even on a bicycle, it'd be very hard to outrun a bear, especially on uneven ground. Yeah. Bears are so fast. There's no way you're outrunning a bear. I've never seen a bear in my life. I've seen so many bears. I haven't seen very many grizzlies though. Like brown bears. Mostly black bears. How is cycling in Vancouver region? There's a lot of good biking for sure. Have you seen a moose? No, I haven't. That is one thing I'm kind of surprised I haven't, because I've definitely been in moose country. Alrighty. Canadian card revoked? No! No! I think it's because I have mostly been in very mountainous regions. And I think moose are a bit more like they're more in kind of like what's it called? Like bogs and stuff. Like where it's really swampy. They like that a lot. So it's usually like a bit of a different terrain than where I'm at. I love the mountains though. Honestly, I think more people got to go fishing. I love fishing. It's so peaceful. Very fun. I'm not generally somebody who would I like, being outside is fun, but I'm not I don't sit outside in suntan and stuff. I don't fuck with the sun like that. But I do really like doing some fun outdoor activities, Women do fishing. What, were you born yesterday? Hello? Hello? Just got here, but on a bicycle, you'd probably scare a black bear. Yeah. But if you're it depends on how close the encounter is. Because some of them, it's black bears are not all very timid, There's it depends on on the bear. Because some juvenile bears, they don't know that they should be afraid of humans. So they'll be very curious. They'll go right up to you. TS, thank you so much for the tier 2 membership on YouTube. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Geo, thank you so much for 6 months at tier 1. I appreciate it. Sheesh, 18 whole months. That's a year and a half. Oh, I somehow clicked my scenes. Okay, ignore that. We're not focusing. Alrighty. So I'm going to film some stuff today. So I have a couple of ad reads, which you guys are going to love. I have a couple of ad reads that I have to film, and then I'll probably film a long form thing as well. Let me see. Why aren't you? Oh. I hate how slightly different every single one of my keyboard layouts are. And then every time it's messing me up. I feel like it's easy to be really bad at fishing. Have you ever caught fish? Yeah, I've been fishing since I was a kid. I caught quite a few fish last season actually that I made for dinner. I have an angling license. I angle. I be freaking angling. Yeah, but I growing up, I did mostly catch and release. But then I realized that I could also catch fish. I caught mostly trout last year. It's definitely something I'd love to do more of. It's so peaceful. I love fishing. In the summer, I think that's probably one of my favorite activities is crafts and fishing. Name a better thing to do in the summer. Just sit around, chill, do some freaking arts and crafts. So good. Last time I went fishing, I caught some HR people. Let's go. Fishing for creds, huh? Knitting on a boat, kind of fire. You know what? I could go crazy. There's a spider on the wall. You can't get me with that. It's impossible. What's the trick to catch fish? Patience, probably. Patience, having a good cast, knowing which lures to use, when to change lures. But I think that mostly just has to do with whether or not you're catching fish. Like if you're not catching fish, you probably just need to use a different lure. Because it depends on what you're fishing for. Like what kind of fish are you trying to target? If they've stocked that, because there's sometimes if they don't stock wherever you're fishing, you're just not going to catch anything. But a lot of the lakes and stuff in BC get super stocked. Yeah, if you go to a place with a lot of fish and you get something shiny, though, it's probably fine. What if the fish just take the lure and didn't get hooked? Are you fishing with just worms? That happens for sure if you're fishing with just worms, but you know? Okie doke. Oh, sorry, I'm smacking the mic again. We're back. We're so freaking back. Okay. Let me... Can I use jelly worms? Why? You heard about the updates to Signal? Uh-oh, what updates to Signal? Actually, that's probably some stuff we can talk about today too, is the Twitch. So Twitch now it's opted in, you're opted in by default for this. But they added it so that basically all chat messages and all live stream footage, content, whatever, is being used to train Amazon's generative AI. And unless the streamer opts out, which I opted out, don't worry, you're safe. We're safe. It's funny though, because it's very controversial on Twitter right now. Like people are so mad at Twitch, and I'm like, y'all have been multi-streaming to freaking Twitter for months, you know? You think Grok didn't have that enabled by default? I checked. It does. Grok's been doing the same shit. That's part of why I haven't been multi-streaming to Twitter, is because I'm like, I don't know, Elon, he's kind of a pervy guy. I don't trust that man's with my likeness. You know? I'm like, I'm so good. Let's keep it to the bare minimum of what I post on there, you know? Like, yeah, it's interesting. I was like, y'all are really swinging hard on Twitch for this one, but other platforms are doing this too. So we use chat to train the AI. Yeah, apparently. If the streamer didn't disable it. Let's see. Twitch. We'll talk about Grok. AI. Let's see. Are you somehow incentivized to not opt out? Not as far as I know. But we'll look into it a touch. Yeah, it is interesting. Honestly, I feel like people would be more into it if they were given some kind of kickback from it or something, you know? I mean, if he would be just a tech guy, I wouldn't mind him. It's the other bit. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really give a shit about Elon outside of, like, I don't care what he stands. I don't follow the guy, you know. But it does bother me when he's posting weird AI generated, bordering on child aged, provocative images of girls. It's freaking weird. Okay. And I don't understand how he don't think it's fucking weird. He got to chill. Like, no. Yeah. Yeah. That to me is like, I'm like, you know what? Go do whatever you like, do whatever you do. But then I'm like, but encouraging that and saying and showcasing that as a good use for your generative AI tool is freaking weird. It's that whole thing. I'm like, there is zero world where that is at all okay. Like, that is a child. It's so weird. He's a weird man. He's a weird fucking guy for that. Okay. So interesting. Okay, what other platforms? You did not know this was a thing? Dude, have you seen his posts on Twitter? There are so many that he's posted where I'm just like, this is that looks like a 13-year-old girl. You're freaking weird. You're weird for that. Yeah. Weird. Yeah, I don't remember the last time he did it because it's been I don't follow him. I try to use all social media as little as possible. Honestly, valid. Same. I'm like, I'll be on Twitch and YouTube where there's like long form content and I find that is good. The other stuff, don't love it. Even Instagram, TikTok, whatever, like I kind of post there because I have to. Like as a content creator, it's like, you know, it's like, I don't know. You kind of have to, you really do nerf yourself not posting across all the platforms, but Meta is not, I don't love what they do either. Weird. I had to disable YouTube Shorts. Oh, did you do that with a plugin? But yeah, I try not to engage in a lot of content. I think there are some creators though that I'll follow and I'm like, oh, I feel good. I feel entertained. I feel like I've learned something and I feel like positive after consuming like some creators' content. And that I think I'm like, that's good, you know? That's fine. I like that. But yeah, basically if there's any creators where I'm like, I feel like stressed after or like achy in some way, like I don't know if you guys get that. Like sometimes I see things on my feed of just Instagram, especially like there's a reason I stopped posting on that platform for so long. I don't know what it is. I think it's because there's something about that platform that feels very superficial, which I think there's a lot more room for, I don't know, expression, genuine content, whatever, on other platforms like YouTube. I love YouTube. I love Twitch. But there's more room for, I feel like, more genuine interactions there. Instagram always just feels like, oh, look at me. Look how interesting my life is. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird, like, it feels like there's like a weird competition kind of thing going on there, or like I always have to prove how interesting I am, or how interesting my life is. And it's like, sometimes life just isn't that interesting, and that's okay. It's not bad. It's good, actually. A lot of times, if your life feels boring, you likely have a really good, like, consistency. You have routines. But yeah, I don't personally love but you know, I mean, some people do. Some people love it. I don't like to watch streamers where they're streaming their daily life. Why? You know what's so interesting is I think that is some of the most consumed content by women. Women are like, oh yeah, I'm here for the vibe, you know? Here for the vibes. I like the vibes of this vlog, you know? It's like, oh, this person has really good habits. I wonder how they approach that. Let's see. Okay, well, we can look into some stuff. Grok. Oh no. Okay. Watching someone else live their life, watching someone else live their life rather than living your own sounds depressing as hell. I think you could do both. I think I don't know. Don't you all get like a morbid sense of curiosity? Like, I don't know, what do other people do? What do other people with the same interests as me, what do their days look like? I'm nosy. Maybe I'm just nosy. Maybe I'm just a nosy little bitch, you know? Maybe that's the problem. Automatic key verification. That's pretty cool. All right, we'll look at some of the signal updates as well later. I see it coming, the first Bash Bunny IRL fishing stream. It'll be awesome. Not really. I got no curiosity. Yeah, see, I think that this is it's a girly pop thing. 100%. What's your favorite anime, movie, or series? Oh, man. That's a hard one. I don't know. It's hard to say. I did obviously really like Naruto is a good one. I watched that one. I had that one going a lot. But they were kind of really bad at writing any of their female characters. I'm going to be honest. They were all kind of, they all kind of like lacked depth in a way that was like kind of annoying. I really liked Attack on Titan was good. It's just really dark. That ended up being super dark. With all the AI automated stalking and harassment, I don't want to share anything about my daily life. Honestly, valid. yeah, there's a reason I haven't really done vlogs and stuff. But hey, Levi is one of my favorite characters. Yeah, he's so on business. He'd be standing on business. Oh, actually, what are some other good ones that I watched recently? Oh my God, why am I forgetting the name of it? There's one that I watched recently that was so good. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. That's literally what I just watched recently. Oh, it was so good. I really, really, really liked that one. That's probably my most recent anime watch. I don't watch like that much TV. So I probably only watch, I don't know, I maybe watch like one or two animes a year. I don't watch that much TV. I started watching, what's the other one with the elven girl? Starts with an F. It wasn't Freya. Friesen? I was watching that one. Frieren, that's what it was. I was watching that one. I was watching that one as well. And that one was fine. I don't know. I didn't think it was that interesting yet. But I think it's a nice, like, easy watch. You know, sometimes it is nice to have like an easy watch that's just it doesn't leave you with a crazy cliffhanger that you like have to watch the next episode. Do you know what I mean? Because some of the other ones, like, yeah, I would say definitely Full Metal Alchemist was like really hard to stop watching. It was hard to stop watching, and then Attack on Titan also. I'd say like Naruto's I don't know. Naruto they really cashed in on all the fillers. What else? I liked I was watching Jujutsu Kaisen. I thought it was fine. I didn't love Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh, I also really like My Hero Academia was really cute. That one's good, actually. I do really like My Hero Academia. Bleach is good if you skip the fillers. Oh wait, I think I only watched like an episode or two of Bleach. I think I started watching that one. Do anime lovers like Cowboy Bebop or do they hate it? I've never watched it, but I have. I don't know what Cowboy Bebop is, to be honest. But I have a Cowboy Bebop T-shirt. I don't know what it is though. Just a poser, just a freaking poser. All right, let's do a quick. I have to film something real quick for my. For Elgato, you guys, Elgato sent me some stuff. We did a light little partnership with Elgato, which is kind of fun. So your poser, got it. You know what? Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. You're gonna get gate kept on here by animators, maybe. I've just arrived and I've got to say this is not tech. Okay, I don't know what to title my streams then because I'm like, I don't know. We'd be talking about tech stuff and we talk about non-tech stuff. But I don't see y'all complaining when there's code on the screen. As soon as there's code on the screen, they're like, yeah, this is definitely a tech stream. You know what? Maybe we have variety. Bash, did you ever try Crush, Charms AI harness? I tried it. It looked pretty good. Yeah, I was using it for I was using it for a while. Like I worked there when they launched it. It was good. I haven't used it recently. Yo, hey, low level. It's for the culture. That's what I'm freaking saying. How is your audio so clean when you're that far from the mic? What's the setup? I should do an updated setup tour. I've been meaning to. I just haven't gotten around to doing it yet. But I've made a lot of different changes to my setup this year. I have a RodeCaster Duo audio interface that I use with this mic, and it's made a world of difference. It's so much better. Because before I was just using this mic in the USB mode. I'm really glad I got this mic though, because it's actually pretty good. It's a Shure MV7 or an M7V. I don't know. It's one of the two. Okay. I always forget the order of them, but it's nice because it's like if you have a really simple setup, it works with just USB, like USB only. And then it has integrated controls for the mic. But then, yeah, you can also use it with, I forget what this cable is called. But you can use it with that, with the audio interface. I'm glad y'all like the audio. How do you stay updated with technology without getting overwhelmed by the constant stream of new tools and frameworks? Honestly, I just stopped giving a shit. I just stopped caring, and I'm like, okay, what am I excited about? And let's just lean into that. You know, I think the reality is like not everything matters. You don't have to care. You don't have to stay up to date. The reality is you can just choose. If there's a company that you want to work for, you can just, and you probably want to work with them because you like whatever technology they are already using. You think that's really interesting. Just learn that. There's so much you can explore in tech that it's just, you're just going to drown trying to learn all of it. Like at the end of the day, just like strong foundations are a good, like just a generally a good thing to focus on. You know, the whole point is just to enjoy. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be a grind. And also it's okay for things to take time. Like just find something, like personally, the way that I've always approached work stuff is I'm like, what is the skill that I can get in, like that I can get really good at in the not necessarily the shortest amount of time, but I'll kind of like set different goals for like, okay, what's my long-term goal will be, I want to be really good at this specific skill. And I know that that's going to take like possibly years to get really good at. And then in the meantime, what are some other skills that I know that I'm strong with that can get me that job, like that can get me in the door, get me a job, and like be able to cover all, make sure I'm good until I hit that long-term goal. That's all you got to do. I don't know where my noties went. Ted, thank you so much for the tier 1. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I want to be able to have a job anywhere. I'm not holding out for Fang. I think, I mean, I understand why people want to work for Fang, because you can get like really good benefits. Like you can get, you know, like you get stocks, you get paid really well, all of that. But there's so much out there. There's so much opportunity out there. You don't have to like pigeonhole yourself into this is the only way forward for me. You know, you can explore. Life is a journey. Have fun. I'm building a cyber defense solution for celebrities. That sounds sick. Actually, Edith, if you want, I have my whole setup is linked on my Twitch page. Like all of the hardware, all of the gear that I use is linked on my Twitch page. I used to try and do noise gate and everything managed through OBS, and it was honestly just such a hassle. But the RodeCaster That one you can have the noise gate and everything configured on that audio interface, and it makes such a difference. Your audio is just so consistent and not subject to like whatever weird roulette your computer wants to play, whatever games it's freaking playing with you. Why is life a journey? I mean, it don't gotta be, but it's definitely the more fun way to do it. Ben Wabbit says, I think I need to write down the skills that I have. Also, I just want to be in tech somewhere. It doesn't have to be coding. Yeah, honestly, just get your foot in the door somewhere where you can like, you know, take like a shift into the role that you really want. You know, like go work at a startup or something where titles are super flexible, and get in there and say, I want to work in IT, and then just take on anything that needs to be automated. Just be like, yeah, I'll automate that. I'll write some kind of software solution to fill that role. And then you have that experience on your resume, or even volunteering. That counts. That's experience. Is it better on Twitch? I'm a longtime YouTube user. I was linking my Twitch channel because in my about section on there, you can see all of my gear. I have like all of my peripherals for my live stream setup. So I figured that might be helpful. I'm no longer streaming from Linux. No, I used to, but it was too, OBS was too unreliable from there. It was like, it would mess with my audio every single stream. Every single stream, it would change my audio offset to some random number. All right, let's do a quick. Okay, I'm gonna stare into her soul for a minute here. Okay, this is gonna be an ad read for. Well, I'm gonna turn it into probably a short for Elgato. Let's see. I think I might need to. Where's my little controller? There you are. I might need to make this scroll a little bit faster. Okay. Wait, what? What do you use the pads for on the RodeCaster? Most of them are just preset to a bunch of fun sounds. I haven't added anything to them, to be honest. Girl, don't look at me too hard. You'll give me feelings. Look away. Look away. 99% of stream I watch. I do not watch. I only listen. Same. That's part of where it's like, even when I'm editing my YouTube videos and stuff, I'm like, realistically, how many of you are like have me on the TV and it's like the main thing that you're watching? You know, I'm like, I am most likely, this is like second monitor content, or you're on a walk or something. You know what I mean? Luca, you can not talk about anything political. You know what? There's so many places online where you can talk politics. Get in there. But here, there's no point. We're here to talk. Unless you're talking about like Nick's drama, you know what I mean? Or like, oh, the Linux stands were really mean to me this week. That shit funny. I don't even listen to what WTF you're saying most of the time. Yeah, that's me neither. Me neither. I don't know what I'm saying most of the time. Nah, bro, you're on the damn projector right now. Oh no. Wait, it's my time to shine. Yippee. Some streams I see you with in your monitors, other times with your headphones. How do you decide which you'll use? Honestly, so yesterday I had my big headphones on because I needed a little bit more mobility, because I was doing knitting and stuff, and I had a feeling I'd have to move around a bit more, because then these in-ears, the cable is really short, so it like really tethers me to my desk. So if I have to move around more than like this, more than like that far, then I can't. Wireless headphones. I like wires. I don't know. Whatevs. Where do you see yourself in 5 years with AI constantly advancing? I'm pretty adaptable. Who knows? I don't know where I'll be in 5 years, but I know that I have the capacity to figure it out as we go. You know, we're very resilient. I think us as people, we are way more resilient than we give ourselves credit for. I don't know. I don't freaking know where I'll be. I'll be adapting. Adapt and overcome. I just think there's no need, like, it's good to have goals and it's good to like give yourself some direction so that you can keep moving forward, keep pushing yourself. But like at the end of the day too, there's going to be unexpected things that come up that you're going to have to just deal with. And I think the best thing that you can do, more so than having like a super rigid plan, is knowing that like you'll be able to adapt and overcome whatever obstacles come in your way. Hey Bash, I just set up Nix Serve. Do you use it? I've never heard of it. Wait, what is Nix Serve? A standalone binary cache server? Allowing Nix installations to download pre-built packages instead of building them locally. Oh. Wait, what? That's so interesting. Wait, what's it good for? The guy, what do you mean? The guy said, I honestly can't imagine what it's like not being able to pick your nose for such a long time. Streamers are superhuman. If you have to pick your nose that much, you go to the freaking doctor. Like, what is going on? You got something you gotta fix. If you're sick, go to the hospital. Get out of the chat. God damn. Do you start picking your nose right after streaming? I look forward to it. Yeah, it is huge. Big part of the day, for sure. Like, what do you mean? This chat makes me want to pick my nose. Okay, the funny part is too is that it looks like I'm making those, like I'm reading YouTube chat and it doesn't show on screen, so it's like I could just be making shit up. Somebody did actually say that though, but imagine they didn't. I just start like, I'm like, yeah, it's YouTube chat. Freaking weirdos. Weird. It's so funny. All right. Let's we lock in for a second. We get professional for a second. Like someday I'm just gonna start making shit up. Maybe, you know what? Maybe there's gonna be one stream where like just for fun, I play God. I play God in the stream, and I'm like, I put like an AI version of me. It's not even really me live streaming, and then I make like 20 alt accounts in the chat, and it's like a micro. It's like a sandbox of like what we experience on a daily basis on social media, where I just infiltrate the chat with all of these like bot accounts that I'm like, hey, keep steering the conversation towards this specific topic. It'll be great. We'll do it. We can totally do that. All right. Genius. Yes. Thank you. Starting propaganda in my own chat. I'm like, let me set the tone for the chatters this week. Is it not happening now? It could be. How do we know it isn't already happening? Maybe it's all part of the ruse, is that I would tell you that I'm going to do that so that you don't think that that's already happening. All right. Guys, someone commented and said that they can hear my mouth noises in my microphone, and I don't know how to fix that. So I'm trying to like speak at a different angle or something. I'm trying to also like drink a lot of water. I feel like when I'm just talking for so long, you can't avoid it. I haven't noticed any mouth sounds. What the WTF kind of comment is that? Okay, I'm gonna be so for real, Snorlax. I'm so used to getting so many weird comments on like the internet that I didn't even register that was a weird thing to say. It's just your accent. Okay, cool. Cool. All right. Okay, let's try filming this. Wait, there's a chance. We'll see where chat ends up on this one. All right. We're gonna do a quick little spiel. I love live streaming, but it's no doubt time consuming. To streamline my process, I've been trying to record footage during my streams that I can later repurpose into other content. The clear solution to me was getting a teleprompter. It makes it so much easier to stay on topic and even prepare in-depth video essay style segments without compromising the live experience. Elgato was kind enough to send me one, and it has truly made a world of difference. It's too slow. I knew it would help me capture continuous, clean, talking head footage, but I didn't realize how much easier it would make post-production. Cutting the footage is faster because my delivery matches the script, making it simple to identify the exact moments that need supporting visuals or demos. It's a straightforward fix that can really help you reach your content goals. Done. Beast mode. I just want to buy Elgato now, right? Influenced. It is very funny though, because like, yeah, I personally, I often end up manually, so I can control it with my Stream Deck, and I just hit play that time, but often I'll end up controlling it with the actual controls, because I find like sometimes when it's playing, it's like I talk faster in certain segments and then slower in other segments, and I don't know. It was no good. Your mouth was making noises. My mouth making noises when I talk. No. Elgato, drop the link. I have an Amazon link with them. Amazon affiliate if you want to. It's on my Twitch though. No more retakes from laughing at chat. No, none. Okay, marker. Maybe I'll actually add a little segment too on like how I control my teleprompter. I think that probably makes sense. Okay. Whoa. So for your teleprompter, you can actually configure it to work with either a Stream Deck pedal or a regular Stream Deck. I have mine configured, so I have a play button in here, and I can also manually scroll up and down my script in case I want more control on what specific thing I want to talk about. So totally depends on if you're really big on gesturing, you might want to go for the foot pedal. If you're kind of a mixed bag and or, you know, you already have a Stream Deck, you can just use this. Beast. Yeah, so the thing is I got this pedal because I was like, oh, if I'm filming, I probably will, like, I gesture with my hands a lot. So I thought that I would probably want this. The only thing is I have a footrest already. My desk is kind of cluttered. So I think I'm going to hold on to this and I'll probably use it for something down the line. But I've only had the teleprompter for maybe like a week or two. So I'm going to give it a bit of time before I figure out, you know, like what setup works the best for me. Sell us one of the plushies on the shelf. Which one? I actually think I'm going to revamp my little setup back there. I think I might change it. New theme. Just for funsies. A scroll pedal sounds nice, even with that, having to read a script. Yeah. Honestly, true. That is kind of the nice thing. So even with the Stream Deck, so with the Stream Deck pedal, you can configure it to, you know, do anything. Like I have my Stream Deck is linked up to a bunch of different commands within OBS, but I can have it open up Twitch and YouTube in my Brave browser. So it's really handy, especially because I'm so scuffed and I have a single monitor for my entire stream setup and across 2 PCs. So if I'm coding and I want to, you know, hide something for a second, I can just go back to my chatting scene from this. Yeah. Get a dang throne, woman. Why? What's throne good for? Isn't that people buy you gifts, right? She's checking her emails with the Stream Deck. Yeah. Get a throne, trust us. But what, you know what? I don't need anything. Can I get a throne and have it be have it be given to someone who needs it? Cuz I'm like, you know, I can take it. I don't mind. Okay. Perfect. We have a candidate. I don't know. I don't know. The idea is for us to decorate your room with things you want. Oh, my mom is so good at that stuff. Nah, my mom's about to lock in back there and it's going to look so good. I don't think I need a throne for that. Yeah, like most of the things that I want or that I needed, I kind of already got myself, or I've worked with a company where they just give it to me. I found my dactyl manuform, by the way. I don't know how to sell it. I don't know how to sell anything. Where do people sell things? I'm like, I don't know what to do with that. I bring it. It'd be very funny. It'd be very funny if I start traveling. When I go to tech conferences, I like bring it and I have it in my bag and I'm like, hey, you want this? Do you want this? And I open my bag and it's like a dactyl manuform in my bag, as if we're doing some kind of like sketchy deal. I got the good stuff. It's gonna change your life. If I'm feeling tense or in a bad mood, I can play my bass for a few hours and bam, I feel so much better. Oh man. I have an electric guitar. I don't know how to play it. I inherited it and I don't know what to do with it. I don't know. I don't know why. I feel like I haven't played instruments in so long that I don't know how to like integrate it into my life. I'm like, at what point do I go like, yeah, I need to play guitar right now? You know what I mean? Trench coat, but only carries only keyboards. Yeah, like how dope would that be? Show us the guitar. I have what do I have? I have like some older guitars. I have a Stratocaster from the 70s. I have a Gibson. I have a Gibson lookalike. And then I have I don't remember what the fourth one is. I've got a Strat. Yeah. I think it plays like, they play really well, right? But it's the Stratocaster that's like not, I think it's the 60s one is the one that's like people are super into. You play the guitar when it's time to turn up to 11. Well, what I realized is that if I want to play electric guitar, I can just plug it into my RodeCaster, which is kind of sick. So I don't need an additional anything, and also it'd be quiet. No, they're terrible. You should give me your 70s Strat to spare you. Well, I just realized Bash is loaded. I didn't buy those guitars. Hello? Stratocaster, isn't that worth lots of money? I don't know. Yeah, but I was like, oh, I can just plug it in. We can do guitar streams. Yeah, not loaded yet. Not until I sell those guitars. Plotting. Just kidding. It's a precious family heirloom. Kind of. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I have another thing I have to film. We got more. Look at us freaking go. So productive and yapping about absolute nonsense. We can do it all. Truly. This is the gold standard. Are you gonna let me delete? Thank you. Okay, and then I think I need to up this speed even more. Oh, there is a voice sync. How does that work? That sounds like too much. I'm not going to do it. Plug it in and do a guitar stream. I think that'd be sick. Code an entire Go compiler in Go using a guitar. That'd be actually kind of insane. You can get amp emulators? Wait, what? How does that work? An amp emulator? So you plug it into your audio interface and then what? Like play it through your speakers or something? Like what do you mean? We used to have an electric Roland drumming kit. Now we have like this special custom made rebuilt acoustic that was turned into electric. Damn. Okay. It's so funny. I like blanked. I forgot that when I was in university, like, you know how, okay, I had a really bad like housing situation in university. It was like literally nightmare fuel. Like I had 2 roommates that would not stop arguing. And then also it was just evil. It was evil. There were so many bugs. It was like the worst thing of my existence. Cause I you know, when you're young, you don't clue in. It was bad. But it was so bad that I forgot that I used to have a neighbor that lived above me that would play the drums at midnight. How fucked up is that? Don't play the drums when you don't live in your own home. Like, don't play drums in an apartment. That's fucked up. I forgot. What kind of a maniac is doing that? I remember because I was like, oh, I have to be up at 6 a.m. And I was like, I can't sleep. Those drums are so loud. And I forgot until somebody mentioned playing the drums. And I had like a That's So Raven moment where I was like, and like ported back into time where I was like, oh my God, I forgot that I used to have to stay up in the wee hours of the night. He waited till the clock struck midnight and he'd start banging on the drums right above my bedroom. No! It was so evil. Oh no. But you know what? Such is life. But yeah, now it's so funny. I have a girl, he wanted to impress you. I never met my neighbor. I don't know who they were. But they were insane for playing drums at that hour. Crazy. Have you tried strudel? No, but I think if I have any kind of musical skill, I think I do want to try strudel. I want to try and recreate a soundtrack or something in strudel. I think that like with strudel, I think that'd be really fun. Because that's Haskell, right? Buy hatchet and slap his door. Yeah. How to Besh Bunny's first criminal offense. Hello. Okay, William says, I have that beat. I shared a dorm room with somebody who played League of Legends at 3 a.m. in the morning and would randomly scream slurs in the middle of the night while I was trying to sleep. I swear to God. That's crazy. Yeah, that's like, people like that is like, you start sleeping with like noise canceling headphones on. That's crazy. That is so funny. I think we all had that that one very loud neighbor. Yeah, honestly. I feel like sometimes we're the problem too. You know, let's be so for real. Sometimes we just be dropping shit. You know, it's like, is that necessary? It's like, no, but you know, it's like I'm visiting my friend's apartment and I'm like, all of a sudden, now that there's a downstairs neighbor, I'm so clumsy. I can't hold on to anything. I don't know what it is. I think it's just, it's fated to be. Sometimes it's just friggin' upstairs neighbor behavior. All right. Let's do another quick one. Wait, this video is about tech. We completely... Okay, this is like a video not about tech. Should I update the stream title and say not talking about tech? Here. Not talking about tech stuff. Everyone leaves. Just kidding. They're somehow here for my antics. I don't know, naming things is hard. I mean, how do I title a stream where we talk about fishing and learning instruments and upstairs neighbors, upstairs neighbor horror stories and picking your nose? Like, what am I supposed to title that? What's the, yeah. There's no cure for this. There's no cure for this kind of weird on the internet. Okay. We're stuck. We're all stuck here together. Okay. Let's do another. Yeah, software miscellaneous. It's like pretty much. All right. Okay, guys, don't look at me. Don't look at me. I need to film something. Don't freaking look at me. Okay. The Tailscale. Oh, wait, this is not the beginning. 1 second. I need this to scroll faster. Okay. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Companies want to harness the power of AI to work with private data sets, and that needs to be done securely. I see this becoming mainstream, and I want to gain the expertise to design systems that are both secure and scalable. Fortunately for me, Cleric's staff engineer Michael Saw is giving a talk on this exact topic at TailscaleUp titled Painless Private Infrastructure Integrations with Tailscale and TSNet. As someone who keeps security at top of mind, I'm really looking forward to it. TailscaleUp is a conference on August 26th at SF Jazz. It's the... Guys, I couldn't talk for a second. TailscaleUp is the conference on August 26th at SF Jazz. It's the event to attend if you want to bridge the gap between connectivity and security. It's perfect for anyone in engineering, IT, or security looking to learn from experts who practice what they preach. Tickets are almost sold out, so grab yours now at tailscaleup.com and get 20% off using the code BASHBUNNY. That was way too fast. Okay. Yeah, teleprompter cannot fix if you can't read. I'm going to be honest. I'm telling you now. Slow it down in post. Me putting it at 0.5 speed. Companies want. All right. Yeah, it was too fast. Goodbye, Simba. Thank you for hanging out. All right, you guys. Okay, we try again. Companies want to harness the power of AI to work with private data sets, and that needs to be done securely. I see it becoming mainstream, and I want to gain the expertise to design systems that are both secure and scalable. Fortunately for me, Cleric's staff engineer Michael Saw is giving a talk on this exact topic at TailscaleUp titled Painless Private Infrastructure Integrations with Tailscale and TSNet. As someone who keeps security top of mind, I'm really looking forward to it. TailscaleUp is a conference on August 26th at SF Jazz in San Francisco. It is the event to... Oh my God. I'm going to lose my mind. Okay, I might actually have to scroll this manually because this is not working for me. Reading is freaking hard. I don't think I got a gesture or anything anyway. It was better. Reading fast is hard. It is a little too fast for me. Reading is hard. I can't read anymore. I honestly, okay, I'm going to be so for real. I think that reading Twitch chat and, well, Twitch, YouTube chat, okay. We gotta include YouTube chat on there. We know that they're mostly the problem. I think reading the live stream chats and then also like reading anything on Twitter, I think I'm getting dumber. I think it's like, it's siphoning whatever, see, I can't even remember the word for the word that I'm looking for. It's siphoning whatever existing knowledge that I have of the English language into just dust. It is, yeah, it's brain rotting for real. No. Wait, sub for 2 months Audible Premium? There's a drop on my stream. I don't think I've ever had drops on my stream before. Do it in French. I actually wonder if I'd be better at French. Except there's some words I don't know. I don't know what a harness is in French. Les compagnies veulent harness I don't even know power. See, I keep forgetting. I don't know shit. Pouvoir is not the thing. You know what? It would actually be very funny to do it in French. La force. Yes. Okay. What is harness in French? Harness, harness en français. Pouvoir, puissance ou force. Okay. Harnais. L'harnais veut exploiter. Take advantage. Use en français. Utiliser. OK. Les compagnies veulent utiliser la force de IA, intelligence artificielle, pour travailler avec le data. I don't know data even. Data en français. It is very... Les données? That doesn't seem right. Really? Okay. Les compagnies veulent utiliser Oh. Les compagnies veulent utiliser la force de IA pour travailler avec les données privées. Ça doit être ça doit... Oh, wait. What am I trying to say? C'est important de seulement accéder à ces données de manière sécuritaire. Moi, je prévois... What is prévenir? No, it's... What do I see in the future? Foresee en français. C'est mal d'utiliser les données privées. Je prévois. It is prévoir. Prévoir. This is so funny. Why are we doing this in French? Okay, we're trying. It is, but I'm like, you know what? My English is trash. Let's try French. Les compagnies veulent... oh my god, Les compagnies veulent utiliser le... OK. Les compagnies veulent utiliser la force de IA pour travailler avec les données privées. Et... en ce cas, c'est absolument nécessaire d'accéder à cette information de manière sécuritaire. Moi, je prévois que ça va devenir plus mainstream et je veux gagner, je veux avoir l'expertise pour design. I don't know design. I'm forgetting everything. She's looking straight into her soul. It's her eyes. I think if you have light eyes, it's like intense. What is what's mainstream in French? I don't freaking know. Sécurise. Oh. Expertise dans la conception. Oh. Okay. What happened? I thought you said you were better at French. No, I'm bad at both. I can't speak anything. It's better I don't speak. It's better I shut. It's better I stop okay? Quit while I'm behind. I only speak computer. And even that, I'm mid. You know, like, don't talk to me. Just don't freaking talk to me. Let's try Spanish. Yo compañera. Voy harness el power de computador IA. Anthony Flesso. That's all I know. It was Italian. Okay, we'll try again. No, what can I say? I'm good at Spanish is the only one I got. No. My first language is in Spanish. I don't even know how to say harness. That actually wasn't bad off the top of your head. Thank you. Japanese now. Wait, I know something in Japanese. But now I have too many languages swirling around in my head that I can't remember. Wait. Biru wa suki desu ka? A bartender taught me one single sentence in Japanese. Biru wa suki desu ka? Can anyone guess what that means? I guess you're not watching anime, LMAO. Do you like beer? Yeah, it's do you like beer? Yeah. McDonald's wa suki desu ka? Do you like McDonald's? That's all I know. I was like, that's all I need. No, I don't even drink beer. Sake wa suki desu ka? Portuguese? How do I say anything in Portuguese? I don't know any Portuguese. I can't read kanji. That is, you know what? That'd be beast if I could, though. I appreciate that you thought that I could maybe read that. That was pretty cool. Except most speakers shorten suki to ski. Oh, suki desu ka? Wow. All right. Okay. We try one more time. Maybe my English will be fixed after we did a little vocal warm up with all the other languages. Actually, I bet if I translated this to French, I'd actually be down to try it. Okay, wait, hold on. Actually, let's do it. We'll do it after. We'll get a good take first. That'd actually be kind of fire. Maybe I'd try it. I'm gonna translate it with we'll translate it and see what happens. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna fix the hair. Fix the hair. Companies want to harness the power of AI to work with private data sets, and that needs to be done securely. I see this becoming mainstream, and I want to gain the expertise to design systems that are both secure and scalable. Fortunately for me, Cleric's staff engineer Michael Saw is giving a talk on this exact topic at TailscaleUp titled Painless Private Infrastructure Integrations with Tailscale and TSNet. As someone who keeps security top of mind, I'm really looking forward to it. TailscaleUp is a conference in San Francisco on August 26th that's taking place at SF Jazz. It's the event to attend if you want to bridge the gap between connectivity and security. It's perfect for anyone in engineering, IT, or security looking to learn from experts who actually practice what they preach. Tickets? Like chickens? Tickets are almost sold out, so grab yours now at tailscaleup.com and get 20% off using code BASHBUNNY. Tickets? Tickets? Okay, I'll do one more take on that because that was kind of funny. The chickens are sold out. The chickens are sold out. There are no more at TailscaleUp. I'm so sorry, but you can get 20% off of tickets with code BASHBUNNY. All right. The chickens are sold out. Okay, we'll try one more time because I feel like that was still kind of remotely scuffed. Oh, I can't talk today. Why is my brain fried? It's okay. You know what? Sometimes we just be like this. I need to read a single book. I just wanted some tickens. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, boss 2 brain cells fighting for their life is so real right now. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Companies want to Companies want to harness the power of AI to work with private data sets, and that needs to be done securely. I see this becoming mainstream, and I want to gain the expertise to design systems that are both secure and scalable. Fortunately for me, Cleric's staff engineer Michael Saw is giving a talk on this exact topic at TailscaleUp titled Painless Private Infrastructure Integrations with Tailscale and TSNet. As someone who keeps security top of mind, I'm really looking forward to it. TailscaleUp is a conference that's happening in San Francisco on August 26th at SF Jazz. It's the event to attend if you want to bridge the gap between connectivity and security. It's perfect for anyone in engineering, IT, or security looking to learn from experts who practice what they preach. Tickets are almost sold out, so grab yours now at tailscaleup.com and you can get 20% off using the code BASHBUNNY. Oh. Oh. Okay. Finally. Not chickens. There's no chickens in this script this time. Let's freaking go. I love Hitchhikers. Ooh, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Is it good? Wait. I need some new books. But I think I'm also trying to only buy books secondhand. But I'm learning that, like, a lot of people actually do list secondhand things online, which is kind of fun. It was clearer in French. Wait, let's try doing it in French just for fun. Let's try doing the first part in French. I'm going to translate it. Oui, s'il vous plaît. Les entreprises... Okay, let's see. Les entreprises... I'm going to be so rusty in my pronunciation too. It's going to be great. Oh, wait, there it is. Alrighty. Are you guys ready? Should we try the French version? French translation has chickens. Les poulets sont presque... I don't know, sold out even. Les poulets. Okay. Sont presque tout vendus. Is that the thing? This is good practice for my French. Yo, good job, chat. We're good pressuring. Épuisé. Oh, okay. Les poulets sont presque épuisés. Épuisés. Épuisé. Okay. It's going to take me a minute. My pronunciation's going to be so bad. I haven't like spoken so much French in so long. Okay. Les entreprises souhaitent explorer la puissance de l'IA pour travailler avec les ensembles de données privées et cela doit être fait en toute sécurité. Je vois cela devenir courant et je souhaite acquérir l'expertise nécessaire pour concevoir les systèmes à la fois sécurisés et évolutifs. Heureusement pour moi, l'ingénieur du personnel de Cléric, Michael Saw, donne une conférence sur ce sujet précis à TailscaleUp intitulée Intégration des infrastructures privées indolore avec Tailscale et TSNet. En tant que personne qui garde la sécurité au premier plan de ses préoccupations, j'attends cela avec impatience. Wow! Okay, we practice again. I think that was fun. Guys, we just keep practicing. Do you think it's worth it? Should we do it again? We got to do it again because my pronunciation for some of those was hard. This is such a marketing speech. It is. It's literally, we're filming an ad right now. See, easier than in English. Okay. I think I might actually have to get a touch more water. Oh, gee. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you. I appreciate Hot Beaver. Oh, Hot Beaver raid. Wait, I can't wait to find out. What that means. Hello, you guys. Hello. We are currently, we're filming things right now. So I'm filming some things for YouTube and talking shit. So I have an ad that I thought, I was like, you know what? I've never done an ad read in French. So we're figuring out, she was explaining what eating beaver means. Wait, really? Oh my God. Oh, gee, I miss you. I miss you so much. I hope that you had a wonderful stream. I really enjoyed the part that I tuned in this morning. I hope you're having a wonderful time. She learned what it means today. That's beast. J'aime ton clavier mécanique. Merci. We're doing a French ad read just for fun. Just to see if I can do it. I've never like talked about anything computing in French. Yeah. What are we eating exactly? You're gonna have to ask study time. That is so funny. Okay, let me grab water real quick. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you, raiders. Welcome in. You can all hang out. I will be right back. Okay, we're practicing my French. It would be kind of fun to just like read thing in French. Just do it. Chat, we can relearn French together. Well, not even relearn. It's just like I need to read more in French. I think that could fix me. Just like consume any form of media in French and or talk to people in French. Any exposure to it would be good. Here to learn French. Let's freaking go. Bonjour, le bibliothèque. Yes. Reading helps a lot. I think the hard thing for me is always like trying to figure out what books to read. It's hard to find decent books. Okay. All right. Are you guys ready? I'm nervous. I don't know why I get nervous. Okay. We're going to try it. We're going to try this again. Les entreprises. For some reason, that word is really getting me. Les entreprises. Les entreprises souhaitent exploiter la puissance de l'IA pour travailler avec les ensembles de données privées. Et cela doit être fait en toute sécurité. Je vois cela devenir courant et je souhaite acquérir l'expertise nécessaire pour concevoir les systèmes à la fois sécurisés et évolutifs. Heureusement pour moi, l'ingénieur du personnel clérique, Michael Saar, donne une conférence sur ce sujet précis à TailscaleUp intitulée Intégration d'infrastructures. Intégration d'infrastructures privées indolorées avec Tailscale et TSNet. En tant que personne qui garde la sécurité au premier plan de ses préoccupations, j'attends cela avec impatience. Okay, I tried. We gotta work on it, but it's okay. I gotta work on it. Infrastructure, for some reason, is killing me. Intégration d'infrastructures privées indolorées avec Tailscale et TSNet. En tant que personne qui garde la sécurité au premier plan de ses préoccupations, j'attends cela avec impatience. Okay, that was better. All right, that's kind of fun. Wait, maybe I should start filming ads in French. But I gotta read more so that I can actually translate it myself. I can't translate all of, like, anything technical with computers. Cannot do that. Infrastructure is pretty close to the English pronunciation, right? Infrastructure. Infrastructure. Yeah, I think it's the French mouth sounds are getting better for sure. I think it's like it's like warming it up, you know? Like I haven't had to I haven't had to like, I don't know, speak speak in a while. Full French only stream incoming. I think I have to practice it more. Honestly, I do think if I stayed somewhere francophone for like a month or less, honestly, maybe even after a week, I could probably do like full French streams. You can add the French video ad as an additional cost. We usually pay more for it. Ooh, wait, you're so smart. But the only thing is, I mean, I guess I could just translate it. If I just, yeah, that's true. It seems the hardest is the U, which is the hardest for you in infrastructure. Yeah, I think it's the rolling R into U. Into U. Les mots sont pas super naturels pour un natif français, mais la prononciation est super. Ok, merci. Ouais, moi je pense que c'est un peu rusty. That's why. That is why. What app or program are you using to learn French? I'm not. Nothing. On roule pas les airs en général dans la vie courante. Oh, really? I don't know. Ça fait comme 10 ans depuis que la dernière fois que j'ai pu parler en français avec comme dans une région francophone, ça fait comme 10 ans. Presque 10 ans. Ouais, un peu près 10 ans. I think I know that for sure if I was in a French-speaking area for a while, like not even very long, I'd get right back into it. Yeah. But it's interesting. Don't try the French grr. On te comprend 100% when you speak French. Yeah, I have to. 3 days in Montreal, it's solved. Honestly, we gotta go to freaking Montreal. That kid fixed me. That's so interesting. I'm so intrigued. Then, if people don't roll their R's anymore in French. Québec, je me souviens. That's what it says on the license plates. If you're gonna go to Montreal to improve your French, might as well full send it and go to France. Yeah. But then if I go to Montreal to hang, then it's like it's in my same country. What? I don't think I've ever heard a rolled R in French. Oh, we don't roll the R in France. Okay, that makes sense. I think it's probably the Québécois. Because in Quebec, they roll the R's. No, Québécois, they roll the R's for sure. Okay, wait. Let's see. Québécois accent. Because I didn't just make that up. I didn't just make that up. The rolled R is a historical feature of the Québécois accent. It's phasing out and considered rare among younger generations. That's so interesting. So I did not know that. That's crazy. So I only learned French from like older generations and school. And most of my accent is from older generations. That's crazy. So wait, so how do I pronounce things without rolling my R's? Préoccupation? I don't even know how to like... Infrastructure is the rolled R. Yours don't seem like a rolled R. It's like a little... I don't know. I can't roll them that well. I don't go like... You roll your R's just to sound like an old lady. It goes with your crochet. Yes, I'm just trying to fit in. I need to find a video. I need to listen to the Québécois accent now. Hold on. Wait, we can listen to it too. Hold on. Hold on. I'll find the video. Okay. I don't know what is gonna pop up if I open this. I don't know. Okay, I'll stop. All right. Okay, wait. We're gonna watch this together. Let's watch party this shit. Let's get it on the big screen. I think I'm gonna get going. Okay, we scared them off. They're sick of our shit. Ben Rabbit, thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you have a good night. What a day. Okay. Here we go. Google Calendar. Oh yeah, me looking up me looking up all your recs. Okay, let's see what they say. They're saying nothing. It's muted.
Welcome back to Learn French with Nat.
Are you ready?
So in this video,
Canadian
we're going to
French.
go over the dreaded French R. That's right. We're going to do that today, guys. So if you're struggling with the sound that the French R makes, be sure to stick around.
I'm going to be honest. There's no reason for this video to be 11 minutes long. When does she start rolling the R's? I just need to hear it.
Bonjour tout le monde. So welcome back to Learn
didn't...
French with Nat. So in this video, we're going to practice the French R. So if you're struggling with this letter, be sure to stick around, okay? I'm going to give you a few tips, and we're going to
Oh, you're right. It is all the way at the end.
Ra, d'un, trois, gros, trou, très, creux. Okay?
Okay, what about France? What is France doing? What is France freaking doing? Guys, we're going to find this. YouTube, France, French R. Are you making a different content, not just programming, or am I wrong? I'm just this is the shit we be doing on Twitch sometimes, okay? I'm multi-streaming it to YouTube. This is kind of just the live streams. Sometimes the live streams, I mean, so normally I do coding on Thursdays. I'll be honest, you have been slightly scammed. But it's just the way of the world. Sometimes we don't know what's going on. That was a French R. Listening practice in France. Wait, is this also?
To truly become a little bit French. Today, I'm going to have words for you to practice with. Delighted is ravi.
Ravi. She does not roll her R at all. Ravi. Ravi.
Fill your tongue thicker at the entrance of your throat. Your tongue is down, remember, and it's soft. Ravi. Ravi.
That's crazy.
That almost H.
I was told
ravi. 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 To be, être.
It's so airy. How would you say arbre without rolling? Arbre. You whisper it. That's it. You have to. It's almost. It's like not. It is not there.
The R is in the middle of a word. Restaurant. There's two R's in there.
Oh wait, now she's gonna do it.
Restaurant. Restaurant.
Oh, she does. Restaurant.
Grandparents. Grands-parents.
Grands-parents.
Grand.
Oh, she's like really not rolling it very much. Grands-parents.
And here's the sentence. I am delighted to be in a restaurant with my grandparents.
Je suis ravie d'être dans un restaurant. Restaurant avec mes grands-parents. You must not roll it at all. Je suis ravie. Je suis ravie. Je suis ravie d'être dans un restaurant avec mes grands-parents. That's so interesting. That is crazy. That's so much easier though. I like it. I think the new generation's on to something. I'll say it. Wait, that's so smart, you guys. It didn't even occur to me that I could mention or like do anything with ads in French. Because that part of me is like, do they make ads in French? I don't know. I'll mention it that I can speak French. They don't roll the Rizard? That's crazy. You can make the first French ad ever. That could be huge. I see French tech. I mean, honestly, French tech is like, they are cooking. You ever met any French devs? They're goated. I don't know. They just be they're bred different. I don't know what's going on over there, but they're locked in. I don't even watch French content creators, not gonna lie. I don't really know any. Well, except for some of the... It's only when you pronounce très heureux. Très heureux. Très heureux. I wonder if the Belgian French sounds so different as well. I think Belgian French is like the nicest French accent. Because it's so like... I don't know. There's something to me very posh about it. Like there isn't like the harshness of the French Canadian accent. But then it's like, I feel like the France French accent, it's got a lot of opinions. It's got a lot of twang as well. Also, Yvonne, thank you, or Ivan, oh my God, I'm in French mode. Okay. Ivan, thank you so much for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. Thank you. And Stamp, thank you for the Prime. Yippee! That's so funny. It doesn't look like Tailscale caters to French yet. We can be the first. French Canadian accent is weird. It is kind of weird. It's twangy. Got so much twang. Hi, Gingerbread. All right, guys. What else do I have to do today? Let's see. So we did Tailscale. We did Elgato. Do we want to look at... Oh, man. I don't know if I have the energy to film this right now. I mean, maybe I do. Maybe I just send it. There's a streamer from Quebec right now speaking French very expressively. Should I say her name, Twitch name? Yeah, do it. French people have it so hard to pronounce English though. You know what's interesting is I find I like French. Okay, this could also just be that I haven't had to speak French very long, but speaking French does feel like less effort than speaking in English. Like just in terms of I don't know. It's like, it feels like more work is speaking in English. Like there's so much like effort in pronouncing everything. Maybe that's just my tuned brain cells atrophying. They're like, this is all I have. We can't do more than this. You're asking too much. I agree, but French is my home language, so I might be biased. Yeah, I've also been speaking French, or I've been speaking French since I could speak, you know? But it's interesting though. I always found French was a little bit, it's like easier. I think I would probably enjoy speaking French more than English. Which is fun. It's funny though, because like as a kid, it was not that way, right? Because it's like, oh, French is like, it's like different, you know, because I grew up in an Anglophone area. And so it's like, it was like different. So I was like, I don't, it was not cool, not cool to be different, you know? Do you think in French? I do when I'm in like a French speaking environment for sure. I think I'll dream everything in French when I'm like, if I'm in talking a lot in French or just around a lot of French speaking things. Yeah. I'm multilingual. We'll dream in different languages each night. Yeah. But yeah, mine is so dependent on the environment because honestly, my French right now also feels like it obviously is more effort for me right now to speak in French because I haven't like consistently spoken French in so long. But as soon as I'm like in a French speaking environment, it's so natural. I would actually like, it makes me realize too, I'm like, I need to go somewhere. I need to like go be with my people. Also, it makes me realize like that's part of why I'm hesitant to learn a third language is because I'm just like, it's so much work to learn and maintain a language to the point where you're like fluent. Is Quebec the only French speaking, the French heavy speaking area in Canada? Yeah. The rest of Canada is very Anglophone. There's like some areas in Ontario that's right next to Quebec that is, that's very Anglophone. That's Francophone. Yeah, the language you're not using goes into swap space. Exactly. That is exactly how it worked. So you started speaking French only today after a long time. I'll say like one or two things in a stream in French, but I probably haven't had a conversation in French in like 5 years. I thought you spoke Italian. That would be so cool. I could probably learn Italian, to be honest, and just speak to G in Italian or something. I think that's kind of the thing is I think if I was going to learn a language, it'd have to be a language that like a friend of mine already spoke. Are there a lot of Mexicans in Canada? No, that's not like one of the that's not a majority. I think there's a lot in Canada. Like at least I've been mostly on the West Coast, so a lot of the population will be like from Asia because it's so close. Like, you know, relatively speaking, in the world, like you can get a lot of direct flights to Asia. So it's like if they're gonna be somewhere in North America, it's like West Coast. Spanish is French, but ending words with an O, kind of. I can understand Spanish, but I also took Spanish classes. A 10-hour flight is close. It's a direct flight, yeah. It's closer than anywhere on the East Coast. You would have to fly over the West Coast territories to get to the East Coast. So yeah, they end up on the West Coast. A lot of people at least. Why not just speak French redeem when you speak French for 5 minutes to practice? It's kind of, I think because it's hard if it's like just me talking. I think having an actual conversation where you're like both speaking in French is a lot easier because then you could say like, comment dit-on, like the word that you're forgetting. And then they'll be like, oh, it's this word. You know what I mean? Yeah. French ruined Latin and then infected Italy. That's dope. Okay. So let me actually close this out because we don't need that. Oh, TF is daddy in Discord. I need to get rid of those channel point those channel point redemptions. It was for is it a channel point redemption? I'm trying to remember. It was for a charity thing. It was like I had a mommy and daddy titles in Discord. That was by donation. That was when we were fundraising for a charity. And it was actually very effective because people were like constantly trying to like it was like there was a war over getting those titles because there could only be one of each in the Discord. And so, yeah, there was like a bidding war for those titles. Yeah, that was a while ago. I didn't know that was still on here. It was good though. That charity thing went really well. That was really fun. I actually really want to do another. I think I've mentioned this already on the stream, but I really want to do another charity event. I need a bunny coin refund. I don't know how to manage them. Oh wait, there we go. I forgot. Here we go. I think if I reject it, it refunds you. Alrighty. Oh, thanks. That was a joke. Oh, it's okay. You can have the points back. Why did we start talking about French? Because I was speaking in French. That's why. Alrighty. Okay. I'm staring into your soul right now. Sorry. My bad. Okie doke. Okay. So I think I'm going to do, you know what, let me put we'll see how this even turns out. I might end up not even using this at all, but we'll see. So I want to do a little bit more of an in-depth dive on some different setup options with Tailscale. So I want to figure out some different remote solutions that I can try out. So I think this is going to actually end up being like a multi-part series where the first video is going to be more so ideating on what kind of things I could use that would improve my life. For example, being able to access Emacs remotely, maybe even setting up like an IRL stream configuration, things like that. So I'll probably focus more on that ideation portion of a remote solution in the first video. I think the second video will be more so of like how we're actually going to be able to do that. So the boots on the ground execution. Okay, I did not like that. The second video will likely be execution, which means trial and error with how feasible my ideas are. And finally, once we have it all figured out, I'm going to do a little recap video and let you know how we actually went about setting all of it up in a very clean way. I think the middle ground between the first and last video, we're going to put out some videos that are going to be a little bit more like figuring it out. And we'll probably also be figuring it out on stream for the viability of some of these ideas that I have. So yeah. One of the first things that I want to be able to do is make Emacs available from my phone. This would be a really big advantage because I am actually trying to pivot to use org mode as my primary organization and agenda for all of my tasks. And I personally, when I'm on a walk and, you know, I get a lot of ideas when I'm out walking and or just away from my setup. And it'd be nice to be able to jot them down somewhere consistently that is already in my organization space. Now, you're probably asking yourself, why would I want to use org mode to plan everything? Why are you so obsessed with org mode? I kind of get it. Okay. I get it. I understand why you'd be asking that, but I will say org mode, if you've used it, you already understand. Personally, I find a lot of the project management apps that are out there require a lot of configuration to keep updated, and org mode is not like that. It has enough structure where everything is, you know, pretty much just headings that can be turned into tasks, given due dates, given deadlines, given dates that you want to schedule to complete that task. And you can even add different labels and everything for organization and status. And it's the same exact process as writing out that title in and of itself. So there's no like additional steps, you know, like it's a really low effort to stay organized. And I'm kind of somebody that is a little bit chaotic. So I like to kind of keep track of everything in one place, but with the least amount of effort possible. For example, like a lot of my file structures are very flat, where I just like to have one directory that I throw everything into, and then I just search that directory for keywords when I need to find a specific thing that I'm looking for. That is just kind of how my brain works best. And I find that org mode works really well for that, and org agenda works really well for that, because I can have a lot of different files in a flat structure and have all of my agenda mapped out to just based, and I can have my entire agenda kind of syncing up based on what the status is of each of the tasks and when I have them scheduled throughout the week. So it's really straightforward. Like literally for me to add a task with a deadline on Monday, I can just do leader MTT, and it's gonna make that task a to-do item. And then I can do leader MDS and schedule it for whatever day of the week I want it to be. And it's like literally that simple. And now that has been added to my agenda, and it took like very few keystrokes. I, at this point, have like muscle memory for those things. It's like, I can put out my whole agenda for the week in like, you know, a few minutes, if that. I find personally, like when I'm working with a lot of other project management tools, it just feels like I'm spending so much time having to organize everything that it eats away at the time that could be spent actually doing those tasks. So that is a big reason why I love org mode and org files. It's also, of course, a free open source software with Emacs, and it's a keyword-centric workflow and completely customizable. You can have it adaptable to so many different cases. I do think that's something I want to explore. I don't know if it'll be in this series or in a follow-up series relating more specifically to Emacs, but I also really want to see if there are a bunch of different views and things like that I can have with my tasks with no additional kind of setup requirements that I need to have as recurring, you know, parts of my workflow to schedule different tasks and manage them. Just have additional views so that I can look at, you know, specific things that are already tagged or, you know, whatever that I need to look at consistently. Another thing that I would look forward to doing with another thing that would be nice about being able to have Emacs accessible remotely, or whether it's from my phone or another machine, is it would be really helpful to have a single source of truth for all of my programs, all of my notes, all of my org files right now are just like on a USB that I switch between different machines, which is like really not ideal. I'll be honest. Kind of scuffed, but you know, it works. And it would be nice to be able to have that as like, having that available remotely, basically having it hosted on a specific machine and, you know, made accessible from anywhere with Tailscale would be really nice for me to expand my options for even remote coding within Emacs, which is a workflow that I know a lot of people have. Like there are quite a few devs that I've spoken to that specifically use Tailscale to connect to either their home server or a hosted VPS for development tasks. So they don't do any development on their local machine. And they really like this setup because it also allows them to have that same connectivity from even like mobile devices, not just their laptop, but also like their phone or, you know, even somebody else's computer. They could get it working. So yeah, I think that would be a really fun thing to try out. And yeah, the single source of truth will really be a game changer for me. Let's see. In terms of hardware, I'm not 100% sure what I want to host this on. And I think that's been my main hesitation recently, is because I do have a stream PC that is often, you know, I do have a stream PC that is dedicated for just live streaming. I could probably do some video editing on there too, so have it more like a content machine. And that is kind of its own thing where I think it would be really nice to be able to do some remote video editing from my machine at home. So basically on my Framework laptop, that has an integrated graphics card, which DaVinci Resolve doesn't support on Linux. So if I wanted to do some video editing on the go and I only have my Framework laptop, I think it'd be really cool to be able to have like a remote desktop solution that would allow me to actually do video editing remotely. I know that would require an extremely low latency connection, but I think it is possible. There's some solutions out there that I've seen that some people will use actually to game remotely. So I'd be really curious to try that out and test for myself if I can make that workflow happen. I think that would be a huge add-on. So that is definitely one way that I can use my stream PC as, you know, an additional, that is one way that I can give some additional purpose to my stream PC, even when I'm out. But I think in terms of like self-hosting more of my own things, I have to decide if either I'm going to get a NAS for that or if I just want to use an old laptop. I've done a video before where I actually set up an old MacBook as a home server, and I do still have that machine. I just didn't really end up using it as much at that time, so I didn't bother setting it back up. But I think I would potentially update that, maybe install Nix on it and use that to host all of my code and coding related things. Another nice thing is that if I want to do an IRL stream setup, I think I can actually get this set up through Moblin. So I did test this and I actually managed to get my phone camera as an input to OBS via Moblin, but I think I can actually get Moblin to control my entire live stream remotely. And I can just use, as long as the endpoint is accessible, I could actually, I think, connect Moblin and my stream PC so that I could have that IRL stream setup where basically if my phone goes out of service or, you know, if the connection drops for whatever reason because the internet isn't good where I am physically, it doesn't drop the whole stream. So it'd be really cool to try that out. And I do think that Tailscale can solve that. But again, I don't know for sure. This is something I'm going to have to field test. For editing on the home server, Parsec was one thing that came recommended as a low latency, high performance RDP remote desktop option. So I'm going to be looking into that and we'll check out the viability for that. If I was a smart home user, if I if I was a smart home user, I would probably want my security system to be completely offline and only accessible within my local area network. So this would be another thing. If I decide to have any kind of IoT devices, I can also configure that with Tailscale's subnet routers. I don't know if we'll go full on into that, but that also could be a pretty interesting, if we're going to go all out and make everything accessible remotely, why not go all out? And, what if I can water my plants remotely? How dope would that be? So I don't know. We'll think about that one. We'll see if there's anything that is worth making smart in my home, but Now, last but not least, another thing that I'm really intrigued by is Tailscale exit nodes. These route all of your public internet traffic through a specific device in your network. If you're traveling, you can still continue to access your financial accounts, government websites, anything else that might be region locked while you're on the go, the same way that you would from home. Some of those services do check your location and will block access outside of a specific country for security reasons. This is all basically the exit node forces all traffic through Tailscale. So unlike when you're just connecting to another device via Tailscale, it doesn't force all of that traffic to go through that endpoint. This means that it's essentially the same level of security as if you were physically at that machine in real time. All of your traffic is encrypted and routed through that remote endpoint as if you were using that device. What else? Okay, now I'm gonna film the intro for that because I think that was a little, I don't know even know if that's gonna turn out in any way, shape, or form to be usable, but at least I have it in case I want. Yeah. I've been interested in the self-hosting rabbit hole for a while now. It's been something that I've been meaning to check out. Tailscale makes it incredibly easy to do so, and it's kind of got me inspired for kind of maybe a whole series. There's quite a few things that I want to, there's quite a few ways that I think that my setup could be leveled up, ways that I think I'm not really maximizing the hardware that I'm using. And with hardware costs being what they are now, I do really want to make sure I'm getting the most out of all of my machines. So in this series, we're going to do a full deep dive on a bunch of different ideas that I have to maximize my Windows machine, my Linux machine, maybe do a little bit more self-hosting because that's something that has been on the back burner for a bit, and it's finally time. I need org mode accessible remotely. I need Git backups, okay? We're going to do it all, and we're going to start off with some ideation, and that's what you're going to see in this video. So stick around, find out what some of my ideas are, and stay tuned for part 2 where we will actually see how viable these ideas are. There's a chance that I'm shooting for the stars here, but I don't even think that's the expression. Shooting for the moon? Land in the stars. Something like that. I don't know. Anyway, just watch the video. All right, I think that's good enough. You know what? Shooting for the stars. No, I'm shooting for something. Me still holding onto my Raspberry Pi 3s. Me with my 2013 MacBook, and I'm like, surely I could still use this. I think you should use your Raspberry Pi 3s. Or do you have a Pi hole working? You got your Pi hole? Shooting my last brain cell into the stars. It's me right now. That's how I feel. Hey, I thought this was going to be a super short stream, but this turned out to be actually pretty substantial. Let's freaking go. I didn't know I had it in me. I'm going to be honest. Oh my God. Oh, we still have things to talk about. That's crazy. We still need to talk about some signal updates and then generative AI with Twitch. Ah. All right. I will be right back. Guys, little snack break. Make sure you're drinking water. Do a little stretch. Do a little dance. Do a little dance. Make a little love. Get down tonight. Get down. You know, something like that. You have 5 minutes. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right. What else we got to talk about? All right. Do I play chess? No. How fun would that be? What about Signal? Apparently they have some updates that might be worth looking at. All right. Let's do, okay. We got to look at Twitch. Let's look at, also need to see. I'm looking into, so the generative AI stuff with Twitch, people are pissed. Kick streaming. So I want to see if how other streaming providers compare to that. I seem upset. Wait, why? I feel like I've been laughing I've been the embodiment of LMAO for this whole stream. I seem upset. Is it Tailscale? Did they hurt you? No, I'm all good. I just ate some pistachios. So I'm trying not to smile too much until I know that there's nothing in my teeth. We're working on it. Alrighty. It is kind of, I'm going to be honest. Okay. Hear me out. So it's very funny. I'm looking at, looking into whether Kik trains AI models off of your likeness. And then I realized, how bad would that be? Imagine you get a model trained after Kik streamers. Talk about nightmare fuel. Oh my God. That is the last thing I want. Oh no, but that would actually be kind of funny though. You get the Kik streamers, you can like chat with the aggregate data of like all Kik streamers. Be like, how bad does this get? It's like, honestly, probably for the best. Yeah. Probably for the best. They're not training off of Kik streamers. Okay. YouTube states that its biometric data collected for its likeness detection tool is used exclusively for identity verification and to power the detection feature, not to train Google's generative AI models. It seems like they have likeness detection to see if someone is impersonating you or doing deepfake stuff. Twitch seems to be the only one. We'll do generative AI. Okay. Let's see, Grok. Why would one do that to scam people? I've actually blocked companies because they've done that to creators, where they have done an AI, they've done like a deep fake of a content creator endorsing their product and used it in their advertising. Isn't that insane? Surely that has to be illegal. Do I use any local models? I was using, I tried Qwen 3 recently, but then I realized I don't have the RAM for any of it. I don't have enough memory because my Stream PC only has 16 gigs. Stream PC is at 16 gigs. My MacBook's at 32. Like, you need so much You need so much memory. All right. This crap makes me only want to use open source solutions from this point on out. Honestly, I think it is very important to have an option that is outside of, you know, that is purely belongs to the community. Like what Linux was to our operating systems, you know? I do think it is important to have that. But it's, yeah, I don't know. I don't know personally what makes that, like how to make that sustainable, or I don't know. There's a lot of, I don't know the solutions to anything. I don't know anything. Nothing. Nope. Okay, this is so funny. I feel like I need to react to this article itself more than, but then I can't. I'll react to it and then maybe do a short about it after. I did opt out of the Twitch AI training, yeah. I also opted out of Grok's AI training. So Grok actually also trains off of all of your publicly available data. So if you post any images on there, if you live stream on Twitter, if you post like, and literally anything that you tweet, is all used as well for their, as part of the data set for Grok. So, I don't know. What's interesting is I don't know if this is, I don't know. Does Ask Studio do that? Does YouTube? I think it's because it's generative AI, not analytical AI. Hold on. Because technically YouTube has its Ask Studio. That is AI. That is an AI model that has access to your channel data, and you can ask it questions and whatever. But I think it's different because it's not being used for generative stuff. You know, I think the problem with Twitch, I honestly wouldn't mind if Twitch had some level of analytical AI tooling, where it can give you whatever, you know, if there's like stats from your stream, if there's like, you know, if you were talking about a topic and you were like not reading chat for a bit, what was the general consensus from chat? Like that stuff would be really helpful. But I think if it's very unclear how they're trying to use it for generative AI. I don't know how that vibes. I bet opting out does nothing. It just tells them you don't want to catch them doing it. They need to be sneaky about it. Honestly, possible. But at this point, I feel like anything that you put out online is at risk. You know, there's no more privacy online. It's just dead, unfortunately. All right, let's see. that's the wrong one. That was so brave of me to just send it like that. I'm going to be honest. I mean, I don't have anything open. Actually. Okay. Let's go watch party. So... Twitch has yet again hit the news for a new controversy, and I don't know that I agree that it's that controversial. I don't agree with it, but there are a lot of other companies, well, at least one other company that has been doing the same thing for who knows how long, and they stayed completely silent about it. I don't know if this case with Twitch now feeding its generative AI models with user data from live streams, I don't know if that only got exposed because so many eyes are on Twitch and each of their directions, or if they publicly announced it and were very transparent about it. But we're going to dive into it a little bit in this video, so stay tuned for that and stay tuned for a little bit more about other companies that are doing something similar. So Twitch is now training Amazon's generative AI models on your channel by default. I think the main issue that happened with this is that it is opt-out, not opt-in. I also hate when companies or any entities make it opted in by default. I hate when it feels like it feels a little bit like a rug pull, right? Like they are by default signing you up for something you didn't consent to. So I get that. I think that is incredibly frustrating. I think that is the main issue with it. Well, not the main issue with it. I think part of the problem that some people have with this is that there's also no reason to enable it. And they admitted that themselves in this article. If it was opt-in, nobody would opt in. So it's going on by default. I actually think a lot of people would opt in if there was any level of incentive for it. If it was like ad revenue, if it was like some little trickle of financing to be able to use your likeness as part of their generative AI features, I think more people would say yes than you would think. The problem is that the fact that it is opt-in, everyone's just going to try and opt out. I do understand that this is now at the very least going to give them a bigger baseline to go off of. I don't know if there's going to be that many. I mean, there's so many people that do stream. So I don't know if there's going to be that many more like active streamers that have audiences that will not opt out. Like, I don't know that they're getting that much more of a, data set, but yeah, it's not looking good. People are really upset about this, and honestly, rightfully so. I think training for generative AI is, I personally am not a fan of having any level of your likeness being able to be handed off to a company, especially when it's a company where you're already using their service and they sneak that in there. I will say though, it's been very interesting seeing the backlash of this happening from Twitch by contrast to Grok. So Grok also, let me try to actually pull something up here to show. Ooh, not that. Hold on. Oh, you know what? I can actually just go to my Twitter, I think. I don't think I'm signed. Oh, I am. Nice. So for what it's worth, I did actually find this for what it's worth, I had a sneaking suspicion that Grok probably did something similar, because I think Grok is probably one of the most prolific little grabbers of public data for its generative AI training set. So I would have been very surprised if Grok didn't have this. They did the exact same thing. They opted everyone in by default as well to all of their public data, including interactions, inputs, live streams, photos, videos to be shared with Grok as part of its data set for its AI models. So they also have this enabled by default. You have to opt out. And yet I didn't see anyone saying anything about this. I think that Twitch faces a lot of scrutiny for pretty much everything and anything that they do. But I think that Grok should also face the same level of scrutiny for what they're doing. They did these were all ticked off by default. So if you want to go into your settings, make sure you go into your security and privacy, check out Grok and third-party collaborators, and disable all of these. While you're in there, you probably want to check out like all of the other tabs within the privacy thing because they opt you into everything by default. So opt yourself out. I definitely understand where people are coming from with not wanting their likeness to be used in generative AI, but this is now something that we're having to be a lot more in tune with, a lot more aware of with any platforms that we're using. So don't make it like this is just a Twitch exclusive issue. This is an issue that is affecting all platforms across the board. And especially, this is literally why I have not streamed to Twitter at all, is because I know that that is definitely going to be getting used by Grok. I also even feel like even this, having this disabled, Grok is such a big part of their monetization strategy, at least from my perspective. I think it, my take on Grok is that it's a big part of their monetization strategy for X, whether or not that holds true for the shareholders and they agree with that, to each their own. But from my perspective, I just don't trust that even disabling these things would cease to make them use my likeness for Grok or for any other AI purposes that they have on this platform. So I hope that just in general, this video can be a reminder for you to double check your privacy settings on all of your services. I know Instagram also did something like this recently that I think they ended up rolling back. Wait, let me see. It's verifying I'm not a bot. Yeah. So let me see where this is. What source? No, here's the link. I don't know if they rolled it back. I know Instagram did something similar. Oh, okay. Well, that's worse. That is so crazy. Okay, dope. So we've got a couple other things to talk about. I didn't know that it was that. That is insane. So let's talk about this. So Facebook and Instagram allegedly also use AI to train, or Facebook and Instagram also allegedly use user data to train their generative AI models. So while I'm not surprised because it's Meta, right? Like they're kind of, I'm going to be honest, they're a little bit evil. So I'm not hugely surprised by this, but based on the backlash that I was seeing from people that use Twitch, this is also another thing that is very much flying under the radar. I'm going to guess that most of the people that were commenting that were so upset about Twitch using its user data for to train generative AI models, they probably don't even know that they're probably also Instagram users. This is from 2024. This has been years now. They are still doing this. This has not been rolled back. That they are using any publicly available comments, images, videos, everything from any users that are 18 plus for their training data. I remembered that they had a controversy this year that I was trying to remember what specifically happened. Oh, we're getting paywalled. Dude, why? Why? Okay, hold on. Evil. Well, so let me see if there's a different, is Variety going to charge me? Oh, there we go. We'll use TechCrunch. Yeah. So I remember that this year there was something so controversial that they actually did end up rolling it back, which seems crazy because Meta is like, they be trying everything. I'm going to be honest. They do not play. Like if they're like, I can monetize this, they will monetize that. So Meta axed a controversial feature that allowed users to modify photos from public Instagram accounts using AI. So you were able to generate images by mentioning public Instagram accounts that they wanted to reference. So they could be like at whatever big influencer they wanted to see in a bikini, they could do that. Their intent was to create a useful creative tool to give people control over whether their public content could be referenced this way. We've heard the feedback that this feature missed the mark, so it's no longer available. This feature, which wasn't designed to alert a user if their photos were used in this way, prompted immediate backlash. So you could be tagged, so you could be mentioned, they could mention a public Instagram account that they wanted to reference, have an AI generated photo based on that person's likeness generated, and also the individual does not have to consent to that, and people can just, I don't know, do whatever they want with that. Since its integration with the social media platforms, AI has been misused with wild abandon, often leading to generate naked images of female celebrities, which is completely fucked up. Platforms have attempted to mitigate this trend, although guardrails introduced have often fallen short. In the case of Meta's newly nixed feature, it seems somewhat obvious that it would have been used in this way. A buyer's notes that the decision to do away with this feature came amid scrutiny from users and talent agencies, including CAA. Like, in what world would this do more good than harm? Like, you know. So anyway, so all that is to say, while I understand people are very upset about Twitch's changes, I think that I want this video to be a reminder that this is not exclusive to any single platform. Every single platform where you are able to post content, you should be looking at the privacy agreement that you are signing. Double check the privacy and security settings for your accounts on existing platforms that you do use, because a lot of them have added these features secretly. I had to manually opt out of that in Instagram after I explicitly looked into it and found the settings that I had to change to opt out of the AI, to opt out of using my likeness as to opt out of using, I had to explicitly search for where to find how to opt out of their AI features and using my public likeness for their generative AI tooling training data. I can't even talk. This seems like a big trend that all of these companies want your data to this extent. They are not willing to pay you to use your likeness. They are not interested in whatever potential negative outcomes come from this. I think even by opting out of a lot of them how much are you truly opting out of? How much are you truly opting out of if you haven't also read the privacy policy? because there's a chance that you're opting out of that feature, and yet there is still some kind of loophole that they have had to disclose in their privacy policy that is not necessarily obvious with, you know, it could be a bit of a false sense of security that you're given by being able to opt out. Now, you can say that that's conspiratorial or whatever. From what I'm seeing, it's not, you know, this honestly, this behavior from companies feels very dystopian. I would not put it past them to have it, you know, legally, they have to have it declared somewhere, and they're just they just know people are not going to be reading those legal documents. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments, and stay safe. Okay, I'm gonna film another version of that. That's gonna be probably for like short form content. So we go again. Twitch is getting so much heat for their latest change that they introduced in August of 2026, which was opting in all of their users to utilize their public comments and live streams as part of their generative AI training data by default. So you are having to find the settings where you have to opt out of this new feature, and they slipped it in there, and people are mad. Now, what's interesting to me is because I'm somebody where what's interesting to me about this whole thing is I'm seeing so much outrage about that on Twitter, and yet Grok also does this. You also were opted in to have all of your public posts used as training data for Grok's generative AI, and nobody has spoken about it. This is a recurring theme that I'm seeing on more and more social platforms. This is happening on Twitter. This is happening on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, you were opted in 2024 for all of your public data to be used as training data for their generative AI tooling. Now, this was kind of overshadowed by a more recent event that allowed you to use generative AI to make modifications to use someone else's likeness in a photo set that they very quickly had to roll back. But all of that is to say, please check what privacy settings you have enabled on all of your social platforms. Anywhere where you're posting publicly, you want to double check that. And I will also say you might even want to start reading the fine print of the privacy policies, because there's a chance that you opting out of these features isn't the last of how that feature might affect you. There's a chance that they legally have to have it defined somewhere that they are collecting this data for AI use, and you opting out might not touch the entire spectrum of how they are actually using your data. So stay safe. Let me know what you think in the comments. Okay. People don't push back enough. They always put up with whatever BS billionaires pull. So freaking real. Yeah. I think I might have to refilm that one real quick. Let me type it out. Twitch backlash. The toggle for your channel turns off generative AI running on your channel. Your content is still used to train AI. That's kind of what I'm thinking too. I think I think it's almost inescapable now, which is crazy. Cause, yeah. It's going to be worse than an Orwell novel soon. I mean, I think we're there. Oh, all right. Let's do one more take on that. Okay. If you've been on Twitter recently, you probably saw that Twitch is getting absolutely flamed for its new feature that everyone has opted into by default that allows generative AI, that allows Amazon's generative AI to use your stream data, including your likeness, your stream, your comments, everything as part of its training set. What's interesting to me though is that people are posting about this on Twitter of all places, where Grok also does that same thing. Every single one of your posts on Twitter, every single one of your live streams that you're multi-streaming to Twitter are also being used as training data for Grok. So I'm not surprised by this as somebody who is very passionate about privacy online. And Meta, being creepy as always, has been doing this since 2024. On Instagram, if you are over the age of 18, they have been training off of all of your public posts, replies, everything. So to me, Twitch right now feels a bit more like a scapegoat and less the actual problem that we're facing. The problem that we're facing is that every single platform is trying to secretly opt us in to be fodder for their training data. So if you can take anything away from this video, I just want you to double check all of your privacy settings across every single social media platform where you are posting things publicly. And honestly, that might not be enough. One thing I'm likely going to start doing is actually fully reading through the privacy policy. I have a sneaky suspicion that clicking opt out of these features is only scratching the surface of how much data they're actually collecting on you and what they're really doing with that data. However, I do believe that there are legal repercussions where they do legally have to disclose that in their privacy policy, what they are doing with your data. So please, if you are genuinely concerned about this change from Twitch, please maybe take a moment to please just double check all of your accounts. And if you are a skeptic like me, maybe even dive into the privacy policies. Stay safe. I'll see you in a future video. Stay safe and let me know what you think in the comments. Those two are sketchy. I trust Grok. Grok sucks. They all suck, but they need, oh my God. Grok makes me mad. Grok just makes me mad. I don't even want to say why on stream because it's dark as hell. It's dark. It's like, but it makes me so mad. Because you know what? I just think there has to be restrictions on how people use these tools. It is crazy to me how easily they are made into the perfect tools for predators. And yeah, there's no accountability for it. There's no policing with it. It's so messed up. Yeah. The type of content that it'll make for people that has always been a hard no for society, you know? Yeah, I've seen way too much questionable stuff that it will generate that makes me mad. It makes me mad that people can, yes, Indy. That is what I'm also, yes. Yeah. And, oh God, I kind of don't want to bring it up because it's such a deep topic, but also, it was pushing back against it. Yeah. Yeah. So this is what makes me mad. Okay, whatever. I'm talking about it because it's mad. It's making me so mad. Yeah. So Grok and its developer XAI are facing intensifying legal and regulatory backlash for generating CSAM and non-consensual intimate imagery, with engineers admitting that there's no reliable technical fix to block such content while allowing adult generation. Maybe just don't. Maybe just don't. Burn it all. Oh my God. Anyway, pissing me off. Burn it all to the freaking ground. It can happen with any model. Yeah, except I think what bothers me is that the CEO actively pushes back on, like, to support this. That's why. And did you know your channel can be used for Gen AI on Twitch? There's a setting you have to switch off. Yeah, I switched it off earlier. I know. Can we get I want the old internet back. Can we get a new one? Can we get a refund? It's not working for me anymore. It's not working for me anymore. I want a new one. I want a new one that's privacy conscious. You know what? Actually, you guys know what social media is not using your training data? Mastodon. You're not fodder for the slop on Mastodon. No, but seriously, I do love Mastodon. Oldernet was cool. Oldernet was so fun. Remember how, like, so freeing. Yeah. Meta's still scraping Mastodon though. Honestly, probably real. I think I mean, maybe. I think it's Mastodon is what's it called? That's kind of what's annoying too. The worst thing, like, not the worst thing, definitely not the worst thing about all of this. But one thing that's really annoying about all of this is that now everything has to be a walled garden. Otherwise, it's getting scraped for AI. Wrong. Mastodon poster scraped just like everything else. Oh my God. You know what would be so fun? If there were like AI, there's like AI scraping bounty hunters. And it like tracks them down and it powers off the server. You're scraping? This is not scrapable content. This just don't belong to you. This don't belong to you. All right, you guys. I appreciate your patience with today not being a coding day. I know a lot of you really look forward to the coding live streams, but I kind of just had to make this work with whatever I could today. So I appreciate you all hanging out, being cool. Let's do a little raid-a-roo. Where do we go? You've waited 15 years too long to worry about this stuff. It is, yeah. It is unfortunate because I feel like there were so many others, like, scandals that when they came out, I was like, oh, surely there's going to be some regulation around this, right? And then it turned out that I was just like the meme from like the Padme meme. Do you know the one I'm talking about? This was me. This was me with, like, surely there's going to be some legislation to restrict this happening in the future, right? All right. With all of that, us ending on like the most doom and gloom, we hate the internet. Ooh, wait, that's so fun. Boot and abilities are both live. True. Wait. Oh, Valorant sounds fire right now, actually. Let's definitely get in there. All right, you guys. Thank y'all for hanging out. Also, for those who don't know, I do have a second YouTube channel. So I've got my Bash Bunny channel, and then I also have a channel called Pseudo Bunny, like pseudo as in root. And that one's more so like reaction stuff, like snippets from stream and stuff that I'm like, is less kind of scripted, less kind of polished in my opinion. So you have this, that's kind of like additional content. So, yeah. I'm still figuring out how much of a cadence I'm gonna get with the posting and stuff on there, because I don't always do a ton of reaction stuff. There's also a bunch of reaction stuff that I just haven't edited into a video. Why don't you stream Valorant? We could stream video games at one point. We could probably do some video game streams. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week and a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next week. Goodbye. Please go give some love to Lovabilities. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're on YouTube, and share. It all supports the channel, and I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Goodbye. It was very fun today. Goodbye.